Hi. So, to start things off, I just want to say I'm extremely tired right now. I did not sleep very well at all this week, and it was partially my fault because I did go to bed many nights, kind of pushing it to where I would need to fall asleep right away to get 8 hours. And unfortunately, neither did I fall asleep right away, nor did I stay asleep the whole time or fall back asleep right away either. So I've been kind of pushing it, and that's not the best thing to do, but it allowed me to, spend time with people and have some more good times that I may not have been able to. So I don't know. It's always a little tough to decide between things like that because of, having to go to work and stuff and having to choose between social things and work and getting enough sleep. It was like mostly okay until today, really. I think it finally all caught up with me. Uh, every other day, I was kind of able to bounce back from it, I guess. But other than that, I do want to say that I'm actually doing a bit better, or maybe more than a bit better. It was kind of like up and down this past week with the like kind of feeling funny thing that I've talked about in like my past few videos with my head feeling weird. But it seems like that's gotten better, at least at the moment. And I mean, I don't want to believe that it hasn't, but it seems like I'm getting through it and or are mostly through it at this point. So maybe the doctor who diagnosed it as a sinus infection was right, or that it's just not as serious as I had thought it was. I do have like a bit of a tendency to be a hypochondriac at times, and it's partially due to having had things be serious before, and partially due to my anxiety issues and just like having a hard time not worrying about things. But I'm very grateful that I am feeling better in that regard because that was very scary and very hard to get through. And it is nice to feel normal, or at least close to normal. Uh, it's kind of always surprising how easy it is to take that sort of thing for granted when uh, or until something kind of changes that for you in a way that lasts. Uh, I don't know if I want to say significant because a month isn't that significant in like the grand scheme of things, but it can feel like a significant amount of time, uh, especially when you're used to just feeling like okay the rest of the time for the most part. I mean, granted, I don't feel normal because of my like gastrointestinal issues either, or my other issues that I've mentioned before, like even just like being trans doesn't uh, allow you to feel entirely normal. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really exactly sure where I'm going with this. I'm still really tired, and it's been kind of hard to uh, think straight completely. It's gotten me distracted. Like when having breakfast, I kind of was giving the applesauce that I put in my oatmeal a 1,000 yard stare. So yeah, I just I'm kind of out of it. Also, like kind of fumbling things when I showered today too. Just kind of, I guess it's my brain or something going into I don't know, sleep mode maybe, or telling me I need to sleep. and I'd like to try to get to bed earlier tonight. Uh, so that would be nice. Uh, Other things that I wanted to talk about. There was a surprise day of no work this past week, which was kind of crazy. I don't know, I didn't realize it when I pulled into the parking lot on Wednesday and there was hardly any cars there. But because of there being a, well, I kind of don't want to say it because it's like a little morbid, but there was a body found in like the water system or whatever here, um, or in like the area nearby, closer to where I work. Uh, they shut everything down for that day. And I honestly expected things to be shut down for longer after I learned what the cause was, but it was a big surprise to show up to work and be told that nobody's there and to go home. But it was cool to be told that I was going to get paid. Well, cool aside from the fact that, somebody had something bad happen to them that was the reason why everything was closed. I don't like that. But the getting paid for showing up and there being no work for that day was kind of a nice relief, I guess. Uh, yeah, I didn't even like think that it was like what it was at first. I just was told something about like the water, and I thought that meant you know, the water at where I work. I thought there was something wrong with their water system. It wasn't until I had gotten home later that day and overheard things on the news. So it's weird. I don't really know like a ton of details about it. I didn't look into it like a great deal. So I don't really have like a whole lot to say about it. But I figured, it was maybe worth bringing up because I don't really know what to talk about entirely. Uh, I guess I did get my blood work done for my hormone levels on, um, gosh, I want to say Thursday. I think it was Thursday. And I'm still waiting for all the results from that to be back yet. But it looked pretty good from the ones that were posted on my online thing. It said my estradiol levels were high. There was like a weird thing too that I don't know a lot about, so I don't want to like get too into it. But it did say my sex hormone binding globulin was high too. I don't know like if that's like good or bad. I don't really want to speculate on it too much, but yeah, that was an interesting thing to me because I don't think I've ever had that on my hormone blood work before, or maybe it was there and I never really noticed it. Uh, but yeah, that's about it so far. All my other blood work levels came back good too, like the just the basic things that they check up on when you get your hormone levels checked too. Those were in good ranges, especially compared to the last time I got blood work, where there were some things in like ranges that I thought were concerning because they're outside, excuse me, outside of the value that it like deems where it should be on the website. So that was a nice thing to see too. I'm still waiting to see what my testosterone levels were. They don't have that on there yet, and in the past, that's always kind of taken a little bit for that to show up. Since there's only a minute left, I do want to say that I have my next laser appointment this coming weekend, and I also am going to my grandmother's for dinner, I think, on Sunday. I could be wrong. It could be the next Sunday, but I think it's this coming Sunday and not the following Sunday from that one. So I may record that video on Saturday because I wouldn't be able to if I was at her place. Uh, there are some other things that I could talk about, but they aren't too important right now. Maybe I'll cover them in my next video. But otherwise, I really, really appreciate, anybody who watches these. I know it's not always like helpful, but I do hope I am able to help sometimes. Thank you and take care.